What innocent memory from your childhood do you now realize was traumatic? My dad and I had this amazing game every summer called Beat the Ice Cream Truck. Whenever we heard that familiar jingle echoing through the neighborhood, he'd drop whatever he was doing and grab my hand. "Quick, the ice cream truck is coming," he'd whisper urgently. We'd sprint through the house like we were on a mission, flipping off every single light switch we could find. Then we'd dive behind the couch in the dark, and Dad would pull me close. "Shh, we have to be super quiet so the ice cream truck doesn't know we're home," he'd whisper in my ear, and I could feel his heart beating fast like we were actually in danger. I thought it was the most thrilling game in the world. We'd crouch there in the darkness, holding our breath while that tinny melody got louder and louder. When the music finally faded away, Dad would count to 10, then jump up and high-five me. "We won again, kiddo," he'd say, and I'd beam with pride. Sometimes the truck would stop right in front of our house. I could hear other kids running outside, their voices getting excited, parents digging for change, but we stayed hidden, and somehow that made me feel special. Like Dad and I had this secret that nobody else understood. My friends would ask why I never came out when the ice cream truck came. My dad and I play this awesome hiding game, I'd tell them, puffing up with importance. They'd look confused, but I just figured they were jealous that their dads weren't as fun as mine. The game happened almost every single day that summer. I got incredibly good at it. I could identify that jingle from 3 blocks away and would already be reaching for light switches before Dad even heard it. One particularly hot July day, my friend Lena was over playing Barbies when we heard the distant music. I immediately jumped up and started my routine, racing around the room flipping switches. "What are you doing?" Lena asked, still sitting on the floor with a doll in her lap. "The ice cream truck game," I said, like it was the most obvious thing in the world. "Come on, we have to hide." But Lena didn't move. She just sat there staring at me with this weird expression. "Why do you hide from the ice cream truck?" "So it doesn't see us," I explained impatiently. The music was getting closer. "But don't you want ice cream?" The question stopped me cold. Of course I wanted ice cream. Every kid wanted ice cream. But that wasn't the point of the game, was it? "It's not about ice cream," I said. But even as the words came out, they sounded wrong. Lena kept staring at me. Then she said quietly, "My mom told me your dad lost his job. Is that why you can't buy ice cream?" The music was right outside now, and other kids were running past our window. But I just stood there in the dark living room, my hand still on the light switch, feeling like the world had shifted underneath me. That night after Lena went home, I asked Mom about the ice cream game. She was washing dishes, and when I said the words, her hands went really still in the soapy water. "Mom, why do we hide from the ice cream truck?" She turned around slowly, and I could see tears starting in her eyes. She dried her hands on a dish towel, then sat down and pulled me onto her lap. "Honey," she said softly, "we play that game because right now, we can't afford to buy ice cream from the truck. But Dad said it was a game." "It is a game. Dad made it into a game so you wouldn't feel bad about not getting ice cream like the other kids." I thought about all those times we'd crouched behind the couch, how proud Dad looked when we won, how special I felt being part of our secret, but it wasn't really a secret at all. "Is Dad sad?" I asked. Mom hugged me tighter. "Dad loves you so much that he turned something sad into something fun. That's what good dads do." I'm 32 now, and I think about that summer a lot. How Dad's unemployment became this elaborate performance of joy. How he transformed his shame into my adventure. How he hid behind that couch not just from the ice cream truck, but from watching his kids' disappointment. The worst part isn't that we couldn't afford $2 ice cream bars. The worst part is remembering how genuinely happy I was, thinking we were playing a game, while Dad was probably dying inside every single time that music played. He got a new job in September, and the ice cream truck game quietly ended. We never talked about it again.